Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Late Night Interview with me, your host, Max Asanovich. Tonight, I'm absolutely delighted to be introducing one of my favourite bands, the brilliant Foo Fighters, of whom we have in conversation from an interview recently conducted in America. Now, you would think that most people would have been content with being an integral third of Nirvana, which of course is still one of the world's most successful bands. However, after the tragic and untimely death of Kurt Cobain, Dave Grohl, Nirvana's drummer of course, swapped the sticks for a guitar and formed the Foo Fighters along with William Goldsmith, Pat Smear and Nate Mendel. The self-titled debut album, The Foo Fighters, is now out. An album I can't recommend highly enough. It really is one of the most energetic and humorous CDs I've heard in a long, long time. Tonight, though, we're actually fairly fortunate in that the whole band are involved in the interview you're about to hear. So sit back, relax, and enjoy our late night interview with the excellent Foo Fighters.
Gentlemen, we have them backed up for miles here on the telephone to speak with you this evening, so let's get right to it. Todd is going to start us off. He's in Zanesville, Ohio tonight, listening to QFM 96 in Columbus. Todd, you're on with the Foo Fighters.
Hey, what's happening?
How you doing, Todd?
Pretty good. Hey, Dave.
Hey, you know what? I was actually born in Ohio.
Were you? Whereabouts?
History bluff surrounding the name of the band.
Wait a minute, one question at a time. Whereabouts?
Oh, no, I was born in Warren, Ohio.
Warren, in northern Ohio.
That's right.
Good old Ohio boy. Okay, Todd, your turn.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Is there any kind of, Dave, is there any kind of history bluff surrounding the name of the band, maybe?
The meaning of the name of the band?
Yeah.
Yeah, in World War II, fighter pilots over Europe, they spotted these glowing balls that would sort of chase them around and zip around them in combat, and so they gave them a nickname. They called them Foo Fighters, and one of the reasons is foo or feu is French. I don't know how you say it. It's French for fire, and there was a comic strip that had this guy in it that his phrase was "where there's foo, there's fire," and he spelled it F-O-O and blah blah blah. So they called them Foo Fighters, and I read about it in this UFO book called Above Top Secret. And
are you into that sort of thing, Dave? Are you into ufology, as they call it sometimes? Because I know your record company is called Roswell Records, of course.
Yeah,
I'm
into
Roswell,
it.
New Mexico.
Yeah, I'm not completely obsessed with it, but I love to read about it and check up on it every now and then.
Kind of fun to play with, isn't it?
It's fun to play with, and I am a believer, but don't expect the band to be coming out in spacesuits anytime soon. Because
right.
I just don't want it to be this all-encompassing sort of image factor. I just think the space thing is being taken a little too far.
Indeed. All right, Todd, thanks for getting us started there. Dave Grohl, William Goldsmith, Nate Mendel, and Pat Smear all with us. They're in Seattle tonight at Clatter and Den Studios. Let's talk to Jamie. He's in Columbia, Maryland, listening to 98 Rock in Baltimore. You're on Rockline, Jamie, with Foo Fighters.
Hi, guys. I was wondering who came up with the idea for the Big Me video?
The director, his name's Jesse, and he thought that since the commercials themselves were so hilarious that it would be funny to pair that up with a rock song. And Big Me seemed like the perfect thing because it was this silly little 2-minute jingle, and it's sort of goofy, and it was very easy to goof around and look silly and make dumb faces, and you know.
But we shouldn't expect any marketing of Futos anytime soon.
Nate,
I don't think so. I don't think that our legal department would approve of that.
I see. All right, then. Jamie, thanks for the call. Marina in, I think that's Avenel, New Jersey. Hope I'm saying that right, Marina. She's listening to Q104 in New York tonight. You're on with Foo Fighters, Marina.
Hey, guys, what's up? I think you're a really great band, and I have, a two-part question. I was wondering if you have, any new videos coming out or what you were planning on releasing soon. And the second part is, Sonic Youth is my favorite band. I was wondering what it was like working with them and if you were going to do any more stuff with them.
Well, we don't have any plans right now to make another video. We're going on tour in a couple days, so I don't think that we'll be doing a video anytime soon. Hopefully we'll be recording our next record right after we're done with this tour, and it'll be out in the winter. And touring with Sonic Youth's great. I mean, they're amazing people, and they, after having done, been in the band for so long, they haven't lost the passion to play at all. So it's totally inspirational. I mean, they're incredible live, and to be able to go to Southeast Asia with them and have them play this freak out guitar noise to kids who have only seen Paula Abdul live was pretty amazing. And the response is incredible just because they're so powerful. They're great. I mean,
there's a quantum leap, if I ever heard one, from Paula Abdul to Sonic Youth. Marina, thanks. Good call. Brandon in Bath, Pennsylvania. She's listening to Z95 WZZO in Allentown this evening. Brandon.
Hi. I have two questions, and both of them are directed towards Dave.
Okay.
Okay, my first one is, how did you meet the other members of the Foo Fighters?
Well, let's see. Nate and I met through a mutual friend. We had a bowling date one night, so that was kind of fun. We did a little bit of bowling. And then met William because William was in Nate's band. Met Pat Smear when he came up to start playing guitar for Nirvana. And so we just sort of all became one.
The rest, as they say, is history. And you had another question there, Brandon?
Yes, I do. I want to know, knowing that you, Dave, played all the instruments on your current album, will you record with the unit you now have with the Foo Fighters to record a new album?
Most definitely. I think that to do the same thing twice would be ridiculous, seeing as how I'm in a band with some awesome people, musicians. So I would be silly to, it'd just be ridiculous. I mean, when you have something that's this good, why waste it?
Absolutely. Brandon, thanks for the call. Let's take another one here from Felix in Pembroke Pines, Florida, listening to 94.9 Zeta in Miami tonight. Felix, what's your question?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, this is directed towards Dave. Okay, Dave, I think you're just as good on the guitars as you ever were on the drums. My question is, when exactly did you learn how to play them? The guitar, I mean? And why did you switch?
I started playing guitar when I was 11 years old. And the first bands I was ever in, I played guitar, not drums. And I switched over to drums when I was about 14 because the drummer in the band was a really, really nice guy, but a really, really lousy drummer. And so then I just played drums for a really super long time and switched back over because I didn't want to just, resign to being the drummer for the rest of my life. I thought it'd be fun to try something different.
One would assume that you always did play guitar all through all of that period, that you never stopped playing. Would that be correct?
That would be correct.
Yeah, okay. Felix, thanks for the call. Wichita, Kansas is where we're headed. T95 is the station. And Morgan, you're on with Foo Fighters.
Hi, I was wondering what bands did the other guys play in before Foo Fighters?
Nate and I used to play, hi, I'm William. Nate and I used to play in a band together called Sunny Day Real Estate, and we were also in other bands as, everybody was, and I don't know. But that was the band that Nate and I came from.
Wait, were you guys in Chewbacca Kaboom together?
Oh, well, as a matter of fact, Dave, yes, we were.
a great name. I love that name. And Sunny Day Real Estate, for those in the Seattle area, of course, would know that band was quite popular up in the Northwest and had quite a following. And, of course, Pat, along with Dave, part of Nirvana. Morgan, thanks for the call. Warren in Pasadena, Texas, listening to Rock 101 KLOL in Houston tonight. Hi, Warren.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All right, how you doing, Warren?
Oh, pretty good. I just want to say, Dave, you're one of the most incredible drummers ever, and I got a couple of questions.
Now? You got me blushing.
Alrighty. I got a couple of questions. First one is, I noticed you played drums as a side project with Mike Watt and Tom Petty the past year, and I wanted to know if you'd be possibly playing with anyone else in the future. And the other question was of how did y'all get involved with the X-Files soundtrack, and would there ever be any Nirvana outtakes or import singles or album ever come out?
Wow.
A lot of questions.
What was the first question? No, let's see. What the hell? What was the first question?
I did forget. I forgot myself.
The first question was drumming. Not anytime soon, because I sort of believe in focusing on one thing when you're doing something like this band. putting all of my energy into doing this and just focusing on that, not really doing much else. What was the next question?
X-Files.
X-Files. I like the X-Files. It's a good show. And they were doing a soundtrack, and they knew that the band's name and cover of the album and all that, whatever, name of the company label, had to do with space, and so they just sort of figured that it would be a good match, and it was fun. And Nirvana outtakes, I think that there will be a Nirvana live album someday with live music from 1988 all the way up to 1994. So, but as far as outtakes, there's only a few things that haven't been released.
Okay, so look for
maybe someday we'll see the light.
Live album in the future. Look forward to that. Thanks, Warren, for the call. And this is a call from Kevin. He's in Virginia Beach listening to FM 95. You get it? The name of the song, and this is actually a phone call, and oh well. WNOR in Norfolk is our station. Kevin, how you doing?
Fine.
What's your question for Foo Fighters?
I was wondering if they could pick somebody to go on tour with right now, who would it be?
Well...
AC/DC. That's not a joke.
It's not actually a joke. We would love to go on tour with AC/DC. But on this next tour, we're going to have bands like That Dog, a great band from Los Angeles. They're on Geffen. They're an amazing band. The Amps, who are a wonderful band from Ohio, with the singer is Kim Deal, formerly of the Breeders and the Pixies. We'll also be touring with Jawbreaker, another band from Los Angeles that is on Geffen Records, I believe. Wonderful band.
Actually, San Francisco.
Oh, they're from San Francisco?
Oh, actually, they started in Los Angeles. Now they're in San Francisco. So.
And then we'll have a band called Ween, who I'm sure all of you know and love because they're so zany.
A zany group of guys.
That doesn't answer the question if we could pick...
Oh, if we could pick one?
Oh, we did AC/DC.
Oh, that's right. Or shellac.
Yeah.
Shellac, yeah.
There you go. Kevin, I hope that answered your question. By the way, the tour begins actually on the spring equinox, as it were. Spring with Foo Fighters. They'll be doing 3 shows in Denver at the Ogden Theater the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of this month. Then Kansas City at Memorial Hall on the 25th, the 26th in St. Louis at the American Theater, March 28th, Milwaukee at the Riverside Theater, at the Riviera in Chicago on the 29th, and March 30th in Detroit at the State Theater. And we'll have some more dates to pass along to you, the April dates for Foo Fighters coming up here in just a little bit. Right now, Nick in Lexington, Kentucky, listening to 98.1 Double Q. Hi, Nick.
Hey, good early morning to you, gentlemen. How are you doing from the land of the Wildcats? I got 2 questions for you. First, Dave, what kind of electric guitar did you first start on?
It was a silver tone guitar, the kind, I believe they were made by Sears. Comes with a case, a little amp in the case, and it's pretty guitar, and it's really nice, and that was the first one I ever had.
Legendary guitars, especially the amp in case model was a particular favorite.
They break easy.
Yeah, that's right. And Nick, what was your other question?
My second question was, I went to the music store the other day, and I picked up the Nirvana Nevermind, because I'm an aspiring singer, guitar player, but I couldn't find one for Foo Fighters. Any time of releasing one?
A songbook thing?
Yes.
I believe that one might be released. I think I've seen one that they asked for approval or something. But, yeah, I think one will be out there someday.
Keep your eyes open for it, Nick. Let's talk to Sierra in Plano, Texas, listening to Q102 in Dallas tonight. What's your question?
I want to know what their favorite movies were.
Favorite movies?
William? The first 2 that come to mind are probably Harold and Maude and Wings of Desire, maybe.
Nate?
Ooh, maybe Blue Velvet or Delicatessen.
Oh, interesting.
Delicatessen's great.
I think Pat's would probably be Clueless, and mine would probably be
Happy Gilmore is really good.
Actually, Raising Arizona was one of my favorite movies ever. I thought that movie was genius.
Good movie.
I love that movie.
And,
either that or Taxi Driver.
It seems like Nicolas Cage is finally getting his due with his Leaving Las Vegas film this year. And,
that's right. That was a good movie.
Oh, it was. Very, very interesting film.
I just saw Il Postino. That's a wonderful movie.
Also up for Best Picture, I believe, all coming up next week. Kevin in Woodcliff Lake, New Jersey, listening to Q104 in New York tonight. Kevin, how'd you like that?
Hey, it was great, man. Sounded pretty good, man. Weird listening to music over the phone, though. You know what I'm saying?
It sort of loses something in the translation, I grant you. What's your question there, Kevin?
First of all, I want to compliment you and the band on your latest video. I showed it at a club I work at in New York City, and I've never seen 50 guys fall on the floor and laugh hysterically in my whole life. It was unbelievable, you know, because you have to do.
It worked.
Huh?
It worked.
Oh, it totally worked. Totally worked. I was walking around with the candy going, "Hey, guys, how you doing?" You know? Anyways, another question is, I'm an entertainer myself. I do a lot of things. And I do perform a lot around the tri-state area, but I'm still more happy. My passion comes from when I'm working by myself, whether if I'm writing, singing, or acting. Do you still feel the same way, like being a closet musician where you're working by yourself is the most important thing? Because I've seen a lot of people make it into the mainstream business, and I've seen them fall because they lose touch with reality and who they really are. Do you still believe that being a closet musician is important, where it's coming from your heart, and you know, you try not to let all the fans and the money and all that get to your head? Do you try to keep that a priority?
Well, first of all, I think that it's important to realize that it's great to play music with yourself sometimes, but in the end, it's always, it seems more fulfilling when you can actually sit down and share music with other people. So, you know, going into the studio and recording stuff by yourself is fine and dandy, but, you know, when it comes to playing with 3 other people, there's a lot more that you can experience and experiment with when you're dealing with a unit. And it just, I mean, you know, if you want to call yourself a band, then you should go out and have a band.
Yeah,
you know,
really get more than one guy.
Really,
yeah.
and I hope that I don't want anyone to think that the Foo Fighters stuff was intended to be like a solo project. It was just stuff that I fooled around with in the studio, and the minute that the 4 of us played together, we were a band. And in no way at all has this thing ever been considered a one-person trip. It's 4 people, and everyone is just as important as the next.
Thanks, Kevin, for the call. By the way, you can catch Foo Fighters, Kev, when they play New York at the Roseland. Is it still the Roseland Ballroom?
That's right.
Roseland Ballroom, legendary. Saturday, April 6th is where Foo Fighters will be there in New York, and we'll have some more dates to pass along to you. Who is the incredibly talented toad-like sound that I'm hearing? Who's
Pat?
Pat, incredibly talented. I think there's a future for you in a beer commercial there somewhere if this whole Foo Fighters thing doesn't work out. I don't know.
Give me one, Willie.
Give me one there.
Give him a drum.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's get back to the phones now. Jimmy in Pleasanton, Texas, listening to 99.5 KISS in San Antonio this evening. Jimmy.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's up?
Yeah, this is a question for Dave.
Yeah?
Was Foo Fighters in your future, even if you were still with Nirvana, like an on-the-side project?
No, I don't really think that. I don't think that I would have had time, and like I said before, I think that it's important to sort of do one thing at a time, one day at a time, and no.
There you go. By the way, Foo Fighters will be in San Antonio on the 18th of April playing the Live Oak Civic Center. Matt, he's in New Franklin, Missouri, listening to 98.3 FMMZ in Columbia. Matt.
Yeah. I have a question
Matt?
for Dave.
Go ahead.
Sir.
Do you still keep in touch with Chris?
Novoselic?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, I do. Very much so. I speak with him quite often. He's a great guy, and I'll be his friend forever, I hope, unless he starts hating me. But we really love each other, and we get along great, and he's very cool, and I miss him sometimes, and he's very tall. He's 6'7.5", and he's very funny, and you just gotta love him.
A giant of a man.
That's right.
Thank you, Matt, for the call. So I read somewhere, Dave, where the story goes that it was your cousin who first turned you on to punk way back when. My question is, what were you into before that?
Oh, before I started listening to punk rock, like hardcore punk rock, it was mostly like Devo, and when I was young, I listened to Kiss, and I liked Rush a lot. When I was like in 3rd grade, I really liked Rush, but I was too embarrassed to admit it to my schoolmates because of the singer's voice. I thought that they would think I was a creep. But I was a closet Rush fan in 3rd grade, and then in 6th grade, Tom Sawyer was a big hit,
right?
And I was like, man, I was into them in 3rd grade.
You were into them way long time ago.
That's true.
Your cousin, I think she was from Illinois.
That's right.
What's she into now?
I don't really know.
Last we heard it was what was it? Was it bondage pants and something else way back when?
I think she might be a nurse.
I see. Good. That's
to be perfectly honest.
Nice progression there. Let's head back to the phones here while I collect my wits. Steve is in New Carlisle, Ohio. He's listening to 104.7 WTUE in Dayton. Steve. Hello, Steve. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you're on Rockline there, buddy.
Steve.
Come on back with us.
Okay, I was
Stevie
wondering
Wonder, come on.
You guys were planning on releasing a compilation of B-sides?
Well, actually, what we've done with all the B-sides is actually we've made them B-sides. So we don't have really any B-sides at the moment. We've kind of used them all up on This Is a Call single. See, a lot of our singles are for sale in Europe, but we don't sell them here in America, so you can usually only find them in import bins. But for the This Is a Call single, we had some B-sides on that. Then we did a I'll Stick Around single. We had some B-sides on that. So what we're doing now with the Big Me single, that'll actually, you can find that in record stores in America. It's going to be a CD single with all of the B-sides that we used in Europe. So you just get Big Me plus whatever, like 6 other songs.
6 other songs.
Weird songs.
Several unreleased, as we said, and some live stuff. And I think that's in the stores next week. Look for that. Foo Fighters.
Awesome. We wanted it to coincide with the video. So, oh, wait a minute. We're 2 months late. I'm joking.
Oh, well, your intent was there. It's the thought that counts. Gian in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, listening to Z95, WZZO in Allentown tonight. Gian.
It's Gian.
Gian.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Hi, Gian.
Hi, how's it going?
All right, man.
All right, cool. I just have to say, first of all, that congratulations on your success. I think your album's awesome.
Thanks.
And second of all, I have a question. I'm a drummer who's been drumming for about 4 years, and I play with the Tama set, which I noticed you have in a couple of your Nirvana videos. But anyway, I just wanted to say, do you think 16 is too early of an age to be looking about going big in a band, or is it just like a case of finding the right band?
Man, you should just find the right people to play with, and people that you get along with, and people that you can be in the van with for 24 hours a day for months on end. And I think that it's never too young to start. I don't think. I mean,
I think we said this last time. Like, play for yourself and for the people that you're playing with, and never expect anything.
Yeah, I mean,
don't plan on being like super something or whatever. Just play for the sake of playing music.
The best advice you could possibly get there, Gian. Thanks for the call. Ray, he's in Devine, Texas tonight, listening to 99.5 KISS in San Antonio. Hey, Ray.
Hey. What's up, guys?
How you doing, Ray?
I'm fine. I was wondering, what made y'all choose to re-record the song Ozone?
Well, I happen to think that Ace Frehley's solo record, when KISS did the, they all had their solo albums, and they, it was, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all 4 of them, they all had...
All 4 of them, and they all had the same cover, except, it was, each one had their own thing. Well, Ace Frehley's album was awesome. It was great, and he never got the respect that he deserved. That album was so great. And Ozone was one of the 12 or 11, however many songs, one of the great ones. And just kind of as a joke, we did it. And it was...
Hey, Pat, could you
It's pretty funny.
And there it is.
I love Ace Frehley. I think he was great.
By the way, the members of KISS will be joining us on Rockline, Dave, here very soon.
Original members talking Ace here?
Very well could be the original members. The details.
Are you going to be doing the interview?
I'll be there, and maybe you can call in and say hello.
Send my praises.
We will do that for sure. When we
to Mr. Ace Frehley.
Get that on. That'll be coming up soon, so we'll let you know. Let's talk to Chris in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. He's listening to Z95, WZZO in Allentown tonight. Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Hi, Chris.
Hi. I had two questions for you. First of all, one, are you having a new album coming out anytime soon?
Hopefully we'll have another album out sometime this winter. That's what I would like. Probably around the new year sometime. I think that would be just fine.
Have you had a chance to get into the studio at all to record anything, or is it...
Well, yeah, we've recorded some new stuff. When we went in to do the X-Files soundtrack thing, we recorded about 5 new songs, and we've got about 20 songs to choose from for the new thing, and then, we'll pick 12 or 13 of the best ones and just slap them on there.
Look forward to that. Thanks, Chris. Shane is in Coral Springs tonight. Excuse me, listening to 94.9 Zeta in Miami, Florida. Hi, Shane.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, Shane.
I have a question about the cover of your album. Where did you get the idea for the cover, and what does it symbolize?
Well, the gun on the cover is an old Buck Rogers disintegrator pistol from the 30s or 40s. I'm not sure, but there's a coffee table book called Zap. That's a great book. It's a collection of photographs of old toy space science fiction kind of guns, going all the way back to the early 1900s to the present. And I like science fiction, and I enjoy reading about it. I collect toys, and it really has nothing to do with anything. I thought that it might be kind of a funny correlation. The name Foo Fighters, which is slang term for UFOs, and then having this old toy space gun on the cover. I thought it would be pretty cool.
Dave, did you actually do you actually have this gun, or is that a picture of a picture kind of thing?
No, I do have the gun.
Oh, really?
So,
wow.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're made out of I think they're copper, but they're either copper or brass. I'm not sure, but they're really heavy. And the things are, the things are like 50 years old. So
that must be quite a collector's item, I would think.
Pretty amazing. Yeah, it's really cool.
Outstanding. Shane, thanks for the call. It has been a night. It's not often when one band can do B-52s and Ace Frehley in the same half hour. It's been that kind of evening.
Live, our show is more of a cabaret kind of thing.
Is that right?
It's not. We don't really play our own songs. What we do is we come out and we do a tribute to the last 30 years of rock music.
That's kind of nice.
We start off with the Beatles and we end with Alanis Morissette.
There you go. It's right there. It's all there for the taking. Could you?
Isn't that ironic?
Very good. Let's go to the oldest city in the United States, St. Augustine, Florida. Rock 105 in Jacksonville, our station. Kringle, one quick question there. What do you got, buddy?
What's up, guys? You guys are good. I play in a band called Love Juice anyway. I was supposed to ask Dave what his first concert was, but I'm going to change my question and say I play drums and I break sticks all the time. Do I have to be famous to get free drumsticks?
Well, now this is this strange thing about people who are famous that receive free equipment. For the 10 years that I played drums before I ever got in a popular band, I had to cut off my right arm every time I needed to buy a piece of equipment. So sticks or cymbals, and cymbals are the worst because cymbals are the most expensive, and I used to go through cymbals once a month, and that was always such a pain in the butt. So then you get in a popular band where you can afford to buy equipment, and then they start giving it to you for free. So I never understood that.
Really?
I always thought
when
that
you
was
need
really
it,
weird.
you got to buy it.
Yeah, it
when you
doesn't
got
make
the money
any
to
sense
pay
at
for
all.
it, they give it to you.
That's
the
right.
American way.
So I've never. I think from Tama they gave me a drum set. And I used it for a really long time. But our stuff would get smashed all the time too, so it was kind of a pain in the butt.
There you go.
But as far as sticks, this is what you should go out and do. You should go out and buy Aquarian drumsticks. Aquarian drumsticks. They have this thing around the middle of the stick that's, I think it's mylar or something like that. So in the middle of the stick, you usually break it on the rim. You have this thing protecting the stick so it won't break on the rim. And they might be a little more expensive, but let me tell you, it's an investment. You want to look towards the future. You want to keep that pair of sticks as long as you can.
That and savings bonds. Remember that, Kringle.
That's right. State municipal bonds, actually. I mean, that's my...
What was your first concert?
What was my first concert?
Yeah, he was going to ask that.
The first place I ever played?
Oh, no. First, like, show you saw.
Oh, that I saw?
Yeah.
Was Naked Ray Gun and Rights of the Accused.
First show.
First show. I'd never seen a band play before in my life.
Wow.
And I went and saw Naked Ray Gun and Rights of the Accused the 2 days after my cousin turned me punk.
There you go. There,
In Chicago.
It's
That's what
on
happened.
record now. Hey, thanks to everybody for listening and for calling tonight.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we have time for as well. So once again, our thanks to the Foos, Dave, William, Nate and Pat. And don't forget to join me, Max Sanovich, for another edition of Late Night Interview. Same place, same time, next week. Good night.